Yesterday we went ahead and we talked about writing equations lines, day one. Today we're going to go ahead and we're going to do day two of this, okay? And yesterday we went ahead and we talked about slope-intercept, all right? We talked about slope-intercept form, and we talked about point-slope form, okay? So those are the two things that we did talk about yesterday. So let's go ahead and let's review. Slope-intercept form is this one, y equals mx plus b, where we know that we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace the slope right here, and we're going to replace the y-intercept here, right? This one, number one right here, is probably the most common, and what we want to do is whenever we do point-slope, we're going to want to turn it into slope-intercept form, okay? Point slope, all right, just like the name suggests, you're going to use when you have a point and you have a slope. So this one is y minus y1 equals m, and then you have the difference of x and x1. What we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace in this one is we're going to replace my m, my slope, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace my x1 comma y1, and that right there is going to be an ordered pair that we're going to be given. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to decide which of these ones that we use, but remember, we always take and turn it into slope-intercept. Okay? All right. For the first one here, it says write the equation in line with the given points. Right? Now, in this one, we're given 2 points, but we do not know what my slope is. Okay? We have no clue what my slope is. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use my slope formula. So number 3 here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the slope formula, which I taught you guys 2 days ago. All right, and we know that the slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's really the change in y over the change in x, or rise over run. Okay, but this is the formula right here that we're going to use to find our slope first. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to identify, well, I got my x1, I got my y1, I got my x2, and I got my y2, and let's use those values now to figure out what my slope is. So start off with my y2, 3 minus y1 is 4. Okay, let's go to my x2, 0 minus my x1, which is 3. And I end up with a slope of negative 1 over negative 3, which gives me a slope of 1/3. There's my m value. Okay? So, I went ahead and I found my m. Now, we're given points here. But here's the deal. With these points, I want you to take a look at this one right here. That point right there, since it has a 0, 3, that's going to be your y-intercept. Whenever you have a 0 as your x value, and then you have your y value, that's your y-intercept. So you know in this one, your b is going to equal 3. Which means now we have my m, we have my b, y equals 1/3 x, all right, plus 3. All right, so we went ahead and we have that one now in slope-intercept form because we knew this was my y-intercept. Now, there's one thing that I want to talk to you guys. What if we wanted to take and turn this into standard form? Remember standard form? It was ax plus by equals c. What would we have to do to take that and turn it into standard form? All right. Well, one of the things that happens in this one is this 3 down here. All right. You had to take and you had to divide to get the 3, because this 3 right here used to be in front of this. So if you want to get this divide 3 out of here, you're going to have to take this whole side and you're going to have to multiply it by 3. So we're going to have this. Y equals 1/3 x plus 3. I'm going to take this whole side over here, and I'm going to multiply it by 3. When I do that, here's what I end up with. Well, if I multiply that side by 3, I also have to multiply this side by 3. So I'm going to be left with 3y equals right? This would be x plus 9. All right, then I would subtract the x here. So I would have negative x plus 3y is equal to 9. Some people let you go ahead and leave it like that. All right, some people are going to want you to make that x positive, and if that were the case, we'd divide everything through by -1, and we would get this. X minus 3y is equal to -9. Okay, so you can go ahead and change your equations into anything that you want. You know, you have slope-intercept form. We took it, we turned it into standard form. We could have done point-slope form. We can do whatever we want there. Okay? All right, this one has a y-intercept, so you'd be able to do it there, all right? Number 18, this one does not have a y-intercept, so we're going to label x1, y1, x2, y2. And we're going to start off by finding my slope. 2 minus 8 over, let's see, 2 minus 8. And then you have, what, 5 minus 2? 5 minus 2. So you end up with -6 over 3, which gives you a slope of -2. All right? Now, since we have to use point slope in this one, we need an x1 and a y1, which we already have labeled. All right? Y minus 8 equals -2 times x minus 2. And let's take and turn it into slope-intercept. Let's distribute and distribute. So when we do that, we're going to end up with, let me go blue, y minus 8 equals -2x plus 4. All right, let's get this 8 to the other side by adding it. So you get y is equal to -2x plus 12. All right, now if we wanted to take and turn this one into standard form, all right, if we wanted to turn it into standard form, this one is going to be pretty simple, because what's your denominator of this one? Well, it's 1, which means that there was a 1 in front of this. So all we're going to do for this one, we're going to add 2x, we're going to add 2x, we're going to end up with this. 2x plus y equals 12. All right? These ones down here are exactly the same. All right, exactly the same of writing the equation. What you can do is you can take and you can look at where it crosses your y-axis at. So in this one, what is my b value going to be? Well, we know it's going to be 0. All right. In this one, what is my b value going to equal? All right. Well, we know it's going to be 1. In this one, my b value is going to equal -1. All right. And then all I would do from this is I would go ahead and do slope. I'd count my rise, and I would count my run. So in this one, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a rise of 6, and I have a run of 1, 2, 3, but it's to the left. So I know my slope is going to equal 6 over -3. So my m is equal to -2. I'm going to use this and this. Y equals -2x. And then we could put plus 0, but we don't have to. Just like that. All right? What's my slope from here to here? How many do I go up? What is my rise? Well, I go up, my rise is equal to 0, but my run in this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm left with a rise of a run of 0 over 4, so now my m is equal to 0. Y equals 0x plus 1. This turns out to be 0. I just get y equals 1, horizontal line. Okay? All right, so this right here, guys, this is how to go ahead and write the equation of lines when we're given 2 points, and also how to take and turn from slope-intercept into standard form, right? Taking and turning into standard form. All right? That's all we got for lesson 2.4, guys. So right now we've talked about a lot of things in chapter 2. graphing lines, identifying functions, mapping diagrams, domain, range, slope formula, and hopefully you're doing well with it. Okay? All right, talk to you soon.